the end of the day, I'm here to help entrepreneurs design brands that guide them to seven-figure success. What is going on, guys? So we're going to do a little something different today. This isn't going to be the regular podcast like I typically do. This is going to be more of a live stream format where we're going to get the participation from the viewers involved a little bit. You know, it's a little tough sometimes when you're doing a live show to incorporate all of the incoming from the live viewers. So today we're going to change that up a little bit, and this is going to be very live stream oriented, and I really want to get you guys involved, because this is a topic that I think a lot of us struggle with, and we're afraid to really talk about our struggles because we don't want to look weak. We don't want to look like we don't know what we're doing. We don't want to look unprofessional. We don't want to look shaky, right, by any means. And, listen, this is what makes us people. This is what makes us strong business owners. This is what makes us better parents, better significant others, better sons, better aunts, better uncles. It just makes us so much stronger when we're able to talk about what we're struggling with and get help, right? To get help. We could sit here and act like we got it all together, and we know that we don't, and we're going to try to do the best we can each day with what we have and go from there. So, the one thing that I'm struggling with today and this week really is making changes inside of my business and starting something new, starting something unpredictable, starting something a little scary. Change is necessary in order for us to survive. If we're not changing and adapting, I talked about this in a workshop last week. Like, if we're not moving and shaking, you get swallowed up. And how do you stay focused in times of uncertainty? And that's really what I've been struggling with over the past few days, So quick little backstory. So I have a couple coaches that I hire on a monthly basis, one for marketing, one for just business. And I'm working with my marketing coach, and we're coming up with some different offers and some different funnels that are going to help people. I realize that, not everybody is a good fit for the Brand Accelerator program. And I know that there's more people that need help. So creating something that's more affordable, that's a little bit lower tier, but has tremendous value, and at the same time brings out the best in me, because when I'm working on all 12 cylinders, I'm doing the best for my audience and for the people that I serve, people that hire me to, help them with their branding and marketing and funnels and all of that. So, I'm really excited to start this new offer, and I'm going to share a quick little video in a second about it. But it is definitely nerve-wracking a little bit, especially when you feel like you're taking your eye off the ball by marketing the Brand Accelerator program all the time, and now you're putting your efforts and focus on something else. It feels a little unstable. It feels a little shaky. And so I have some things that I want to talk about, and hopefully it's going to help you and also help me kind of talk through this right after this quick little message. If you're a business owner who wants to boldly demonstrate the value that your business delivers, check out the Brand Doctor's weekly trainings that will help you deliver the right marketing and messaging that will drive your ideal clients to only want to buy from you. Visit www.uniquedesignz, with a Z at the end, not an S, .net/weekly training. All right. So that was the quick little promo of the new offer. So we're going to be doing some weekly trainings moving forward. There's going to be a different training each week for 4 weeks. You can purchase one or you could purchase all 4 and save some money. I'll talk about that later. But what I want to get into is how to deal with uncertainty and focus on that, because uncertainty is scary. And especially what's going on today with COVID and everything. You know, we live in New Jersey, so things are tightening up like crazy again over here. Numbers are spiking, and it's, you know, everybody's sort of constricting again, right? And there's a fear out there, right? And how do we work through that fear? So I want to talk about a few things here that is funny. It literally came at the best time. And I don't think it was a coincidence at all. So I had a couple podcast guests on this week. I had Glenn Lundy come on from #Rise and Grind. And then I had Richard Brook on yesterday on the podcast that, you know, multi-millionaire, has 3 multi-million-dollar businesses, lives out in Hawaii, you know, 44 years in business. Like, these are the guys that I want to learn from, right? And there's a bunch of stuff that they both said that I want to kind of condense and send your way today in case you didn't catch those episodes live. But one of the things that Glenn said to me on Monday, because I have a tendency to let my feelings like overwhelm me, you know, and I get wacky, you know, I really let my emotions just pour. Not that that's a bad thing, but if it's not pointed in the right direction and it's not the right feelings, or it could be harsh feelings or feelings that I've had when I was a 7-year-old kid, right? Acting out. It's not good when you're 40 years old. You know what I mean? It's not good for your family. It's not good for you. So here's the point. Glenn says, you know, commitment doesn't care about your feelings. When you decide to commit and you make that commitment real, that commitment doesn't care about your feelings. Bottom line. Neither does anybody else. I mean, it sounds a little much when I say it like that, but what I mean is I'm sure your family members care about you and they care about your feelings. They do. But at the end of the day, who has control over any of it? You, not them. That's one of the things that is just real, straight up. But your commitments don't care about your feelings. So if you're having a bad day and you're kicking and screaming, woe is me, nothing's working, my business sucks, your commitment doesn't care. All your commitment cares about is, well, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to continue to kick and scream? Or are you going to change? Are you going to pivot? Are you going to reinvent? Okay. So when Glenn said that to me, Angel Rivera asks here, do I mentor? Yeah, I do. And I just got done. You're probably just coming into the show, but I'm starting this weekly training program, this weekly coaching program, and I'll tell you more about it towards the end. Here of this live. I got to be careful of time too. I have a coaching client in 15 minutes, so I can't go too crazy here. But when he said when feelings aren't the issue here, it's the commitment. I mean, I said to myself, you pouting and you know, being upset about things that aren't going well, right, isn't going to make them better. So what are you going to do about these feelings? You're going to redirect those feelings into making change. So when I finally like got a hold of myself, because we all have been there, and you can't bullshit a bullshitter. You know, we've all been there before. There's never been a time where you've acted out and you look back and say, oh my God, I can't believe I acted that way. I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I did that. I'm sure. Okay. So when he was saying this to me, I was saying, okay, well, how am I going to redirect these feelings? So instead of getting all upset, I said, all right, how do we take this energy and make something better? Right. And so I went into these conversations with these podcast guests, and I started asking some deeper questions. Typically, I don't ask. It's usually more about them and what they do in their business to help them promote their business and stuff. But I started getting a lot deeper with the questions. And what did that do? It helped me redirect my feelings. It helped me redirect what I was focusing in on. And it really helped me sort of rewire what I was paying attention to and all of those negative thoughts, right? I washed them out and replaced them with more positivity and the reality of it, of what was going on at the time, right? I was shooting for a miracle, and we all know miracles are very far and few, right? And then I realized, like, bro, you got to work at this, man. You're just starting this new offer. You're just starting this new vertical. Like, give yourself some time. Give yourself some breathing room here, right? So commitment doesn't care about your feelings, and reworking those feelings into positivity and helping those feelings through whatever it is that's getting you down, and focusing in on what you have versus what you don't can help you through that. Now, another thing that was said to me over the week that really helped me get through this struggle of uncertainty, and this is something that Richard Brooke talked about yesterday, and he talked about A players, people out there on their A game, and C players, people that give like C level effort. And he said, any C level player can, make a decent living, but A players take it to the next level, and they don't quit, and they don't let their feelings overcome them and put them in funks and drive them into, stagnation, and drive them to just whining about the situation versus doing something about it. And this is something that he says a lot of times when we're in business or in life, however, right? But let's focus on business here for a second. A lot of times when we're trying to build our business, we put our C player hat on, or our C player game on, and we keep going into the game with C level skills or C level effort. And he goes, those C players get their asses kicked by A players in the game, because A players don't want to be surrounded by C players. It's like a cancer. So they will kick your ass dead off the field or out of the game if you're going to come with that C player shit. And that kind of woke me up a little bit, because I said, Henry, the way you're acting the past couple of days with this uncertainty is very C-level behavior. It's normal, so don't discount it. But the way you're responding to it is very C-level. So let's rework that so that we can get our A player game on and get back in the game, get back on the field, and start making a difference. So when you come out with a new offer, guys, you're excited to get that offer out to the world, right? Well, just because you have a funnel built, just because you have a new website or a new brand out there, the work doesn't stop there. I spent a good part of Saturday putting together my funnels for this new offer. And I thought, like, once I push publish, that, the C and the everybody's just going to come swimming in and just pulling out their credit cards and understanding the value of the program without me doing anything about it. It's the stupidest thing you could think of. So I realized this is going to take time. It's been out a couple of days. What are you thinking, Henry? So I'm just sharing this with you because there's a lot of people out there, like, if you build it, they'll come. If if all the hard work of building the brand and building the funnel and building the offer and is all done, then once I push publish, everything's just going to start coming in. And that is so far from the truth. And any business owner that's watching this right now knows that there's so much hustle out there once you build it that needs to take place. Otherwise, it will die. So I sat here, yesterday was probably the shittiest day out of the week for me. I just low energy, didn't have my head on properly, right? I almost canceled the podcast with Richard Brooke because I said I didn't feel like talking to anybody. And you know what? Thank God I didn't, because there was so much value that got delivered on that episode. And I actually have people on YouTube that said, Henry, I'm so happy you didn't cancel this because it was what I needed to hear today. So that would have been selfish of me to cancel everything because Henry's having a bad day. I could kid with myself, but it's the truth, guys. How many times did we go around the office stamping our feet because something didn't work out right? Come on, And it's tough as business owners, as solopreneurs, or people that run small businesses. Again, you always, as the business owner, you always got to feel like you got everything under control. You can't show any weakness. You can't show any uncertainty. You got to look like this. You got to look like that. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's even more pressure. And when you build that pressure up to a point, you will pop. It's just a matter of time. It's like a ticking time bomb. And it happened to me yesterday. I was letting it boil. And then you guys are going to laugh, but here's what happened. I went into my closet and I had to turn the light on to get into my closet yesterday to get dressed. I was coming out of the shower and I flipped the switch to turn the light on, and the switch broke. It snapped in the wall. Snap! And the light didn't come on. And you would have thought my firstborn was kidnapped the way that I reacted. I freaked out, screaming, throwing water bottles like a 5-year-old. My wife comes down looking at me like, what the hell's the matter with you? And she checked me, and it took, and then we talked, and I was explaining to her what was going on, and she says, "Hey, what are you doing? Give yourself some breathing room, man, and stop creating all of these stories in your head that aren't true. You're beating yourself up for no reason. Take that same energy and pump yourself up." So this is what I'm doing. It's a great little mess, great mess. You can never take the foot off the pedal. Find myself sometimes getting overwhelmed or burnt out, but you realize it's a constant grind every day. Yeah, I mean, listen, when you take your foot off the pedal, what happens? You slow down. So you just got to refocus and remember, this is a long-term play. This isn't a short-term play. Okay, so there's a couple things that I want to go and handle before we jump off of this, because I think it's important. I got to get through this before we close up. A couple things I want you to visualize. A couple things I want you to focus on. When you're coming out with something new, or you are hell-bent on achieving this goal of yours, whatever it is, one of those things that Richard talked about yesterday was focusing on the goal as if you've already achieved it. And any of my personal development people out there that are watching this know that already, but your subconscious doesn't know what's real, what's not. So if you go about this, like, we're going to create an amazing, so I'll give you an example today. I said, I'm going to create an amazing live stream today that's going to help people through uncertainty and with people that are struggling what I'm struggling with right now. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to crush it. And look here I am, right? When you start to feel that burnout, when you start to feel that 1,000-pound weight on your shoulder and you're scared and you go into a scarcity mindset, remember this: Long-term versus short-term. Long-term versus short-term. Okay? Lastly, you have to remember that as long as you're putting out your best every single day, and you leave that day knowing that, that's the best I can do. That's the best I could do. That's the best I can do. You're going to be all right. All right. There's a couple little resources here that I want to give you for morning rituals, because it's, the way you start your day is the way it's going to really turn out by the end of the day. Right. So there's a couple things I do. One is the Law of Attraction YouTube channel. I get up early in the morning, I go for my walks, and I throw that Law of Attraction YouTube channel in. They have like these 15, 20-minute videos, but I listen to them. You don't have to watch them, but I listen to them as I do my walk, and it just sets the tone of the day. It gets me fired up. It gets me ready to roll, right? The other thing that I do at night is the Power Thoughts YouTube channel. The Power Thoughts YouTube channel. It's funny because I went to bed and I was over it. I was over my little temper tantrum, but I still felt a little uneasy. So I put in this Power Thoughts YouTube channel, throw in my buds, and I fall asleep. And as I'm sleeping, what that channel is putting into my ears is teaching my subconscious what to do and how to feel. And when I woke up today, I was pumped. I was ready to go. Yesterday was yesterday. Today is today. Let's make the best of it. Let's make the best of it. So for Angel that asked, do I mentor? I want to share with you the URL real quick. So I'm gonna punch this in. I'm gonna punch this into the chat. Hold on. So this is the URL to the new program that we started this week. It's the weekly training program, and there's one training per week in a very specific category each week. You get the recordings, and if you can't make the live, we'll send you the recordings. Don't worry. You could sign up for one and test it out and see how you like it. Or you could buy all four in one pop and save $100. And we'll be in a private Facebook group. I'll be doing the training live, and then at the end we'll have question and answer. I'm going to keep these trainings to 10 people or less because I want people to feel heard. I want people to feel like they are part of this. When you put 50 people into something like this, you could feel like one to many and feel like a dot, on the screen versus somebody that's really going to get some value out of it and have a chance to speak. So I'm going to limit these to about 10 people per session. So if you are interested in getting coached up on your branding, on your funnels, on your positioning online, understanding who your clients are, demonstrating and articulating the value that your business delivers, and help better communicate with your ideal clients, these trainings are going to help you tremendously. They're scheduled for about an hour, but if we go over, we go over. Q&A tends to make that happen. So I'm not going to turn everybody, shut it down after 60 minutes. I want to make sure everybody's heard and gets their questions answered. So super affordable. It's $199 a session. And I am confident that this is going to help a lot of people get through the struggles or stuck moments in their business, just like we all have. I still have them, right? But this weekly training program is going to bring out the best in me so that I can help you. And that's the goal here. That's the goal here. I love people. I love coaching. I love getting on video and helping multiple people at one time. I love one-on-one coaching too, but helping somebody get through a struggle is what I was put on this earth to do. And I won't stop until I help as many people as I can. So have an amazing day, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on and spending some time with me today. We're going to do more of these. I'm going to do like one podcast a week, and then one of these a week. So we got 2 pieces of content coming out, and I'll do more if you guys like this format. So really excited for you guys. And listen, this is great stuff. This is what it's all about. You know, you got to help more people. When you put out more gifts in the world, when you help more people, it comes back around. Just don't expect it. Just don't expect it. You know, it'll come back around. But have an amazing day, guys. And I'll catch you on the next one real soon. Take care.
That's